All right. You know, for the past 30-something years, it's been a part of the New Testament, which I call the Old Testament, which I call the Injil now. Um, that always bothered me, you know, made me doubt. And that is when Jesus says to the apostles, "There's some of you standing here will not taste of death till you see the Son of Man coming." I don't know. It goes something like that. Now, some people think it means the second coming, and others think, well, believe it's the transfiguration, the mount, going to the Mount Transfiguration, and seeing Jesus with Moses. But the thing is, if it is going to see Jesus on the Mount Transfiguration, that means most of those that were around Jesus, the apostles, died, you know, before going up to the Mount Transfiguration. And if it's still with the second coming, then that means some of the apostles are still alive, and they weren't tortured to death or boiled in oil, all that sort of stuff. You know, they are still alive right now, and they're just hiding, you know, to make it look like Jesus was wrong about his prophecy. You know, to make it sound like he died, and to make it sound like they died. Therefore, you know, to make Jesus sound like a false prophet. So they're hiding to make that come about like he got a prophecy wrong. But I think there's another theory I had. I used to think that it meant, well, there's some of you who will not taste the death, you know, because when you eat something that was alive, you're eating death, you know. So I thought, it's kind of like there's some of you who are staying here who will not eat until you see, you know, and that means that totally gets rid of the idea about it being a second coming, but is talking about the Mount Transfiguration where Jesus goes up there and Peter, he says, "Oh, and we'll build you a booth here," you know. He kind of goes nuts. But anyway, that's a theory I have. One theory. But another theory I have about this is that it was the Mount of Transfiguration, not the second coming, and that some of them are not hiding to make it look like Jesus lied, but that those standing around Jesus, most of them, not some, but most of them, did die. Most of the apostles did die. Maybe Jesus killed them in their sleep. I don't know. You know. And then they were in soul sleep since there was no report. You know.